Hey y'all, it's Katie and welcome back to my channel. So one question I have gotten so many times is how much weight should I put on the tank if I don't have a tank to practice with? And that's what we're going to answer today. So first off, DECA has two legal tanks to use in competition, and that is the Torque M4 tank and the Zybex XT3 Plus sled. And both of these use magnetic resistance to create the weight that you feel on the tank, so the faster you push it, the more it resists against you, which makes finding a weight that's similar on a normal sled a little bit difficult. But Torque does make this a little bit easier for us because Torque provided us with a speed to weight conversion chart. So with this chart, you can roughly estimate how fast you're going and which resistance level you're using, which will give you what specific weight that the tank is simulating. The problem is you don't really know how many miles per hour you're going down and back a 10-meter stretch. So I've done the tricky conversions for you. You don't have to worry about miles per hour anymore. Here I have it in meters per second, and I have it for that average pace too for the full 100 meters. So here's our chart. Take a screenshot. This one's worth keeping in your pocket. So things you'll find familiar here is the miles per hour on the left side and then the weights on the right side. So those are copy and pasted from the Torque M4 chart. And these two new columns are going to be our main focus here. So the first one is how long it'll take you to complete a 10-meter down and back with the tank. And the second column is how long it'll take you to complete 5 down and backs, which is the complete 100 meters for your DECA event. So these are really great if you're training down into a specific pace or you're aiming to increase your weight a little bit so you can go faster, whatever that specifically is for you. And if you want to get super specific here with your miles per hour, I went ahead and made this formula for you guys so you can input how much time it'll take you in seconds to do 100 meters, and then it should give you that miles per hour. That way you can kind of estimate how close you are to those larger thresholds so you can adjust the weight accordingly if you're practicing for that specific time. And as far as the Zybex sled goes, I couldn't find a weight to speed conversion chart or anything on their website or on their blog post, so I went ahead and emailed them, and I haven't received a response yet, but if I do get a response, I'll make sure to stick that in the comments so you can get the Zybex side of the story as well. So that's a great chart and everything, but how do you use it? Let's look at the application side. So it's fun to kind of treat this like a time trial to see where you are and just evaluate what your pace would be on the sled if you had a tank. Start with the lightest weight in your resistance column, do 100 meters down and back, and if your pace was faster than the pace time, go ahead and drop it down. We're gonna make it heavier and do the trial again. So make sure you're resting at least 3 to 5 minutes in between these trials because that fatigue will build up on the sled and you wanna make sure your legs are semi-fresh for the next time trial. But rinse and repeat this process until you find a weight that does not match that pace time. So if you bust and go over that pace time, that's gonna be the weight that we're gonna be starting to train at. So keep that heaviest weight from your time trial and train on that for 6 to 8 weeks and then retest again. If you can do that new time trial faster than that original pace, then awesome, just drop it down again, add some more weight. If you didn't quite reach that time trial, that's okay. We're just gonna maintain that weight that you were already training at for a little longer. And the way I like to use that 20-meter column is to use it for speed intervals. So wherever you're practicing right now, we're gonna round up to the next heaviest weight, and we're gonna use that for our speed intervals. So we're gonna try to go as fast as we can with that weight down and back and take a nice long rest. For example, if we're going at 1.5 miles per hour, that means that it'll take us 30 seconds to go down and back at that weight. And then we're gonna take a nice long rest, whether that's a minute off, 90 seconds off, anything like that, unless you wanna also flip this into circuit work. In that case, make sure you mix it up with some upper body cardio or core stuff as well so that you're mixing and matching and not over fatiguing those legs, unless you want to do some specific compromise work. That's totally up to you. There's lots of fun ways to put this in your training and make it work for you. But that's all you need to know if you're looking to simulate the tank with a normal sled. So I hope this helps in your training. Go ahead and let me know in the comments how it's going for you in your sled and tank work. And if this video helped, go ahead and like and subscribe down below. And check out my email list down in the description. It's called Fit Tips, and it gives great tips just like this every single week. But other than that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!